All right, so the story right here is called Exercising the Mind State. From the work, The Completion, Rocky Memorabilia by Robert Smith III. Words tend to often elevate, as if the words themselves often procreate, never meant to inflate, often meant to scintillate, as as a lot of news circulates. The comforting words tend to situate, the right words to state. A person can never understate. So tell me if you can relate while exercising the mind state. Sometimes we have to mediate. Do understand the process which God creates. Now tell me if you are awake or awoken by these words as of late, as if it were a newfound soulmate, much more warm hearted than Frosty the Snowflake. And we fish at the lake, time and time, to make the same mistake. I'm sorry, I'm mistaken by taking the case, as if I'm trying to keep the world safe, depositing knowledge that seems innate, while mastering my mind like a flying ace. Make no mistake that all the world's hate will always come to naught, to only come to waste. So I do not jest in haste, only with intentions to innovate. God, can you, if you can, tell me my fate, so that the soul of yours and mine will never separate? Now that sounds like elevation for the chance of procreation, which stirs up inflation and often brain scintillation, leading to soul circulation for each and every situation, across from each and every station. So never understate soul sanctification, as if there is no family relation. For the mind state, as if the mind were experiencing a period ovation, straight to the pathway of thoughts for mediation, with the witness being all of creation, for a shockingly awake revelation, spoken with great, as of late, elation, as if it were a soulmate vacation. And Frosty the Snowflake is now understood due to justification. Even the fish at the lake are making new ratification. Make no mistake, as if you are trying to avoid annihilation. And the mistaken case is wide open for a new nation. And there is no such thing as safe frustration. So I must deposit an innate donation, so the flying ace can become the master of all aviation, while following the heart away from the hate of a nation. So the waste never smelled like the most beautiful carnation, and the haste never should have been born or in the state of gestation. At the highest point of the world's innovation, God's fate rests in my meditations, so that there will never be any separation. Now, if there is too much elevation static, which can turn the procreation becoming tragic, as if David Copperfield were performing inflation magic, making scintillation look lavish, leading the body circulation, like after eating a radish, comforting each situation to become nostalgic. And the statement made for the station should never be ravaged. Never should sanctification ever become savage. In relation to all you can salvage, there goes the period ovation, again causing havoc. And the mediation is far from the hat trick, as if all of creation just had to have this, seeing that the revelation of life is not really reaching for a pie called lattice. Now, the elation of the mind wonders if there is a such thing as flat sticks, as the vacation lingers making Brad tips, as if it were justification from information given, molding like a cat to catnip, messing up ratification like gnats having hips. I had to stop. I am being serious about this, but I'm wild off how I'm serious about this. All right. Giving a strong punch to annihilation, giving it a fat lip. In order for a new nation to occur, we must understand all about how rats live. Frustrated by frustration. Yeah, I was frustrated right this. Why we live. With no donations pouring and why we exist. Studying the aviator master aviation, why be negative? Too much information exercising the mind state, why kid? While the beautiful carnation is blooming just in the nick of time, causing us to wonder why that is, causing gestation to never be late, to understand why God gives, as if innovation should be studied often to understand why he lives. As our meditations grow deeper, we understand who the person Jesus Christ really is, never allowing separation from God anymore on a higher plane, molding ourselves to God to forever live. All right, man. That story right there is called Exercising the Mind State, from the work, The Completion, Rocky Memorabilia by Robert Smith III.